Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Muhammad Afzal Malik, educationist, business and management consultant. Welcome to my talk show. Today, I would like to talk on a very important topic, and that is youth development. The youth of any time is very important because the future of any society, community, country based on the youth. Therefore, their development is very important because they are going to the future leaders, would-be builders. They are going to take over from us. So we have to give the future of our community, our society, our country, the world in the capable, responsible, educated, visionary youth. We talk a lot about youth, but how much we are investing in our youth, how much we are showing our concern in our youth. So let's talk about this. So this topic I have chosen because I have a lot of experience dealing with youth, even as an educationist, even as a professor. I teach youth every day. I have a connection with the youth from different geographical, ethnic backgrounds, different cultures. So I have enough knowledge about the difficulties, problems, the challenges, aspirations of the youth. So let's see what is the inspiration and aspirations of our youth, how they look at the things. Are they going to the right direction, on the right path? Are we guiding them rightly? Are we supporting them, encouraging them, motivating them, and leading by examples? Because whatever we want from our youth to do, to produce, first of all, we should do that. So the best teaching and learning is role modeling. Learn by doing. Be role model. And that is one of the most effective method of development. So I have not chosen this topic academically or theoretically, but it has deeply personal, because youth is not only a stage of life, it is a force that shapes the future of families, communities, nations, and the world. We live in a time of rapid change, very fast. Now we are living in a very fast-paced environment. Technology is advancing fast, careers are transforming, economies are uncertain, and social values are evolving. And everybody is talking about. So, in such a world, youth face immense opportunities, but also deep fears and confusions. Because I experienced it by myself. When I was in my youth, we were not having these kind of fears and confusions and disappointments. We were only required to just focus on our studies, that's it. We're not worried about economically and socially and politically that much. The focus of our parents was also that we should get a higher education. Now, this youth has so many challenges. So, I will try to address few questions which people ask, and we should also know that. Number one, who is youth? How we can describe youth? What kind of development is required today? What are the aspirations of youth in the current time which we are passing through, which is very challenging, very demanding, very, very competitive? What fears and challenges do youth faces? How can youth overcome these challenges and build a meaningful future? So we have to answer these questions and we have to learn it. So first is, who is youth? The youth generally refers to people between the age of 15 and 29, even say around 40. Though this can vary by country and culture, but generally, because this is the youth period. But we cannot just define youth by age. It is the stage of energy and creativity, passion, dreaming, sensitivity, hope, despair, learning and experimentation. Not using the same wheel but try to invent a new wheel, to be more creative. The transition from dependency to independence, and that is very much in the mind of our youth. Even at the age of 14, 15, they start talking about independence, economic independence, freedom. Though majority of them and even us, we don't really understand the meaning of freedom, what the freedom is. Maybe I can talk on that in my some other talks. Questioning identity and purpose. Because today our youth is more logical or scientific. They don't just accept the thing as we were accepting in our youth time. They go for reasoning. They can question. They have the courage to agree to disagree and disagree to agree. So it's the period when dreams are formed, values are shaped, habits are established, life directions are chosen, planning is done, and more, making a bright career, earning handsome money, having a reasonable house, but they don't talk about getting married. Yes, I know that. When we talk about our youth, and mostly they are 30 plus, and they don't want to talk about marriage. They don't want to talk. Because marriage is no more their priority now, both male and female, both boys and girls and boys. That is another social challenge. I can talk also on this in my following talks. So this stage is full of enthusiasm, full of energy, stage, powerful time, but at the same time it's a fragile. They're getting very sensitive. Sometimes they lose their hope. Sometimes they get upset. Sometimes say, I don't know. Whenever you ask any question about their life, about their career, about their education, about their marriage, settlement, economically, the general answer is, I don't know. And when they say I don't know, and my response is, then who will know? You get to know. It's your life. It's your future, your career. You should know today what you want tomorrow. So decision made during youth can influence their entire life. But sometimes they end with regrets, and sometimes it's too late. Now, what is the youth development? What we have to do? We have to teach them in a classroom setting. We have to give them lectures, sermons, and make them to listen. So my understanding about youth development is it's a process of empowering young people to grow into confidence, capable, responsible, enthusiastic, committed, positive thinker, and productive adults. So there are many powerful words, and you can say buzzwords. Empowering. This word it has become buzzword. Empowering women, empowering youth, empowering your people. When I talk about that, what's the meaning of empowering in real sense? So, it's not that which many of us understand about development. It's not about education, obtaining degrees, certificates, diplomas, masters, PhD, That's also very important. But it is holistic in totality. Of course, educational development is very, very important. But unfortunately, over a period of time, I'm experiencing, I've been student by myself, then start teaching now almost 55 plus years. Education is just considered transferring the bookish knowledge, but it seriously lacks training. It seriously lacks practicum. It seriously lacks learn by doing. And what it should do. We don't want to make our youth that they should hang their certificates and degrees in their neck and then run around to find a job. Because education development means the education must create critical thinking, analytical, look at the thing critically, find out weaknesses, and then coming up with solution how to improve that. Because room for improvement is always there. Then practical and digital skills, that we call experiential learning. Even now, university and colleges, now they are demanding from the instructors, teachers, professors, that they should bring their experience in the class, experiential learning, to dovetail with theory and practice. Then it's not learning for a short period of time, it's not learning for just obtaining a degree and certificate and a job. But it should be a lifelong learning mindset. We have to create that mindset. We have to change that, which unfortunately has not been changed yet. Still, we have to do a lot of work on that. So transforming from a general thinking to a critical thinking, that mindset we need. And then creativity and motivation. Creativity is the key, and motivation is a force that we have to encourage them, help them, lead them. And then the next is emotional and mental development after educational training. It's very important, which hardly it's being done in our school, colleges, universities. And if a teacher or professor like me wants to talk on these things, they are not allowed to do. But they are told that you should follow the designed, predetermined course outline, course syllabus. Just to the point. But even then, I cover these things in my lectures. Because to me, education and personality development must go hand in hand, which was done in our time. But now, this personal development aspect of education has been taken away. They say it's a responsibility of the parents. I don't agree with that. It's also the responsibility of the schools, education institutions, teachers, professors, instructors. So we have to create self-awareness. Tell them that they should know themselves, who they are, why they are, what for, self-study. And I said they must do their SWOT analysis. They must understand in and out about themselves. We have to train them on emotional intelligence, how to deal with any situation intelligently, how you are going to control your emotion. We have to create emotional stability. And that is one of the greatest quality of a leader, emotional stability. And then stress management. How to manage, how to cope with stresses. Stress is a part of life. Nobody is free of any stress. But we have to learn how to manage the stresses. It itself is an independent topic. Then mental resilience. You know, in the world and even in Canada, every second person, every third person in our society is having mental issues. And that's why in Canada we have a separate independent ministry to deal with mental health. And mental health is getting a challenge, and it is projected that in the coming time every third person will be suffering from mental health one way or the other. But if somebody is mentally sick and not healthy, then he is going to be a burden for himself, for his family, for the society, for the country, for the world as a whole. So mental health is very, very important. And that should be taken proper care of. So all these things we have to see and create in our youth. We have to watch them very carefully, with concern. Then moral and character development, very, very important, which we no more do in our school, colleges or universities. I know, I'm experiencing. The whole emphasis in giving a worldly knowledge, theoretical knowledge, a typical environment with few exceptions. That means we should tell them what is integrity and how to maintain your integrity. And if you lose your integrity, what will happen? Then we have to create a sense of responsibility, make them responsible and tell them what the responsibility is. Commitment. Then discipline. So discipline is a key to success. I don't compromise on discipline. To me, that if you want to achieve something in life remarkable, meaningful, and that cannot be achieved without discipline. So discipline is a key to success. Doing the things rightly in a right manner on time, as making plans and schedules, learning all those ethics, cultural values, doing the right thing at the right time, in the right manner. Doing the right thing rightly. And respect for others is very, very important. That's we have to. Our youth is lacking. Our youth is lacking in responsibilities, in discipline, and self and respect for others. Elders, parents, teachers, seniors of the community. I think it may not be their fault because we have not demonstrated all these in front of them. As a parents, as a teacher, as elders. But we are expecting all that from them. That means we want to grow a rice crop in a barren land. But in an uncultivated land, though the land is rich, virgin land, but that land is not prepared to grow a rice crop or wheat crop or sugar cane or any valuable crop. Then creating a sense of social development. Because we are social animals, we have to interact with people. We have to express ourselves. To put our point across effectively so that we can get the required results. For that, we have to develop a communication skills in our youth. And that is a very rare commodity, communication skills. Our youth, majority of the youth, they are lacking this very important skill, communication skill. And not only youth, I think we all lack in that. And that's why we have so many problems. From domestic to our work life. From work life to our social life. From social life to political life. Country, world. I think what is going on around in the world, my understanding is that there is a communication problem, communication barriers. That the country, they are miserably failed to express what they want. So this is a very valuable skill which you must create in ourselves, in our youth. Then teamwork. We are made to live in a community and a society. We can't do anything and everything independently. I'm sorry, no. Say it's me and it's my life. Nobody is independent. Right from coming to this world and going back to the next world, we are dependent on others in different aspects. And I talked on these things in my previous talks. And I can do it again. So teamwork is very important. Taking the people along, working with the odds, creating that environment and platform where people from different walk of life, from different brought up, different education, different communities, background, culture, religion. And we have to put them together on a platform to achieve a common goal, desired goal. So for that we have to create that specific, purposeful, congenient, structured environment. And that is one of the bases of management. I'll give a talk on management, inshallah. So we lack in teamwork. But we have, some of us, we have expertise in leg pulling. It's my way or highway. We take people in a group, in a team, in a board, in a committee. Number one, we want to have them who we like, whether they are competent or not, whether they can do the job or not, whether they have the required amount of education, knowledge and experience, but they are my buddies. And why I want to have my buddies in a team, in an organization, in a board, in a committee? Because they will not give me a tough time. So they will just render yes manship. And this is my experience. So any odd is not accepted in this kind of teamwork. So we have to create a real teamwork spirit. Without rejecting the people, discrimination. And then leadership, very important. We know the word leadership. We talk about leadership. The leadership is not good, the leadership is very good. But I'm sorry to say that most of us, we don't know its meaning, what the leadership is about. It itself is a independent topic. I will talk on that, inshallah. And then empathy and inclusion. That teamwork, inclusivity in decision making, shared vision, listening everybody and providing opportunity to everybody of the team to express their feelings, views, their ideas. And maybe they are having millions of dollars ideas. Then next we have to develop them economically and career wise. That means economic and career development. So for that we have to give them financial literacy, how to manage their funds, how to manage their money, how to earn money, how to spend money, where to invest, how much to invest, how much to save. That means financial strength, financial, so independence. Then we have to create employability skills, employable skills. Not just giving them a theoretical knowledge, and at the end of that, we award them the degree and certificate in a big gathering that we call convocation. That's also important. So we must equip them with employability skills, and that we have to have a research of the labor market, future needs, future demands, which side technology is going, which side economy is going, which side the world is going, politics, the word politics. So we have to give them exposure, knowledge, skills, so that when they finish their education, when they earn their degree, they should earn their degrees. Earn, I'm using the word earn, not get. There's a marked difference. So, employability, skills. And we should know what are the current skills and future skills are going to be, so we should train them accordingly, guide them, tell them pros and cons. Sometimes our youth, they cannot decide. Sometimes they have some peers pressure and rat race, because things looks very good at a distance. And we say that all that glitter is not gold. But maybe if some of their colleague and peer is doing very well, that doesn't mean that everybody can do that much. Because the quality and perception, understanding, it varies from individual to individual. So then we have to make them entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship, we have to teach them, self-employed. Be master of their own. And I've already given my talk on this topic. Adaptability to change, this is very, very important. Sometimes our youth doesn't listen to us. They become hyper because they feel that since they are exposed to this electronic device, and these days now artificial intelligence, and they feel that they are intelligent. They can take their decisions. They have enough capability, enough knowledge, enough vision, and they can make the right decision. No, I'm sorry, this is not. Because they are lacking one thing which is very important, and that is experience. Going through the process by yourself. So it's very hard to adapt change, because people resist change, and I experience on a daily basis. The change is resisted because whatever we are doing, we don't want to move an inch on either side, and we give a big resistance to that. Of course, but there are techniques how to bring change. Because people got upset. Because everybody wants to live in their comfort zone, and they don't accept a little change here and there. But we have to train them, educate them, tell them. So without balanced development, everything should be balanced, should be structured accordingly, and then implementation is also important. So without this proper structuring a balanced development, success becomes unstable and short-lived. Anything which is not based on doing the necessary groundwork and looking into all aspects, going deep down, and structured according to the requirements and the needs and challenges, we may have success, but that will be for a short period of time. Then again, we have to start from zero. So it's already, I think, 30 minutes. So what are the youth aspirations in the current time, the time which we are passing through? So today's youth are ambitious, aware, and globally connected because of this electronic devices, which you call now, it's a global village. The world has come to a point but sometimes too much knowledge is also creates problem. But then decision making becomes difficult. So there are some common aspirations of modern youth. And number one is the career success, financial independence. Every youth want to complete their education, get the job, settle down, financial independence. So they want stable, meaningful, and well-paying careers. Because they say we have to do everything by ourselves. Then they need a purposeful work. So, based on my experience, I'm sharing that with you. That I'm dealing with the youth on daily basis. So many young people want jobs that align with their values and make difference. And they want to become rich in a very short period of time. Because they have so many challenges and they want to meet them as quickly as possible. Then they need freedom and flexibility. It's just very freedom. It's my life. No interference, because we have a lot of knowledge and we can make good decisions. That's what their perception is. So they don't want any interference. The freedom in every respect. And nothing is fixed, nothing is routine, flexibility in working hours, in lifestyle, and hanging around. They love to have remote work. They want to be entrepreneur, freelancers. They don't take full-time and long-term commitment. Generally, I'm talking about work-life balance, balance between work and life, as you call work-life balance, is a major aspirations. But for that, we need some resources, support, material. Then recognition and identity. There's also a serious issue that they want to be seen, they want to be heard, and want to value who they are. They want to have a lot of admirations and lot of praises, and they want to be known somebody, and identity that I'm somebody, achiever. Yes, they should not harm. It's very positive thinking that we have to create. Tell them, guide them, educate them, nurture them. Then personal growth, the self-improvement, mental health, travel, learning new skills and new ways and knowledge, and putting all those into practice. And learning the right things. To do right thing in right manner. Otherwise, the resources will go waste. So these are all important goals for youth development. But there is one issue. A serious thing is that aspirations often clash with reality, creating fear and frustration. Of course. I mean, we can dream big. We can visualize anything and everything. We can wish everything and anything. There can be a long wish list. But what is in reality, that is bitter. That means we need some realism at the same time. Otherwise, there will be clashes. And that leads to fear and frustration. And that frustration further leads to demotivation, anxiety, and mental health, mental sickness, depression. This is the reason. So, I want to stop it here. I'll continue the next parts, that's the things which are left, the fears and challenges of the youth, what are those, why they are, and how they can be addressed, etc. So thank you so very much for being with me, spending your valuable time listening to me. May God bless you. And let's work on our youth seriously, because they are our future, they are our hopes. They are future of this country, our countries, even back home. Because they have to take over from us. And if we want that, they should build a better country, better Canada, and from our back home countries, better Pakistan. Then we have to be very serious with our youth, take it very seriously. We have to invest our time and our resources, our energy. And for that, we should be role model in front of them. We should not have double standards. Unfortunately, seniors mostly used to believe in double standards. Something is good for them and something is good for their children and their youth. No. Okay. And take care of your health. Health is wealth. And your family. Family first. and then your community, the country. So let's build our community. Let's make our community strong. If our community is strong, our country is strong, we are stronger. It's not that if I have tons of wealth and I cannot claim that I am strong. No, I will be only strong if my family is strong, if my community is strong, if my country is strong. And for that we have to contribute positively, honestly, dedicatedly, to play our role, to give our share, in terms of taxes, in terms of rates and whatever it is, our responsibility is. Okay. And think positive. So thank you so much. May God bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.